Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Fortnite Victory Royale Series Wave 1 Lynx. I have the entire first wave and I know I've had it for a few weeks, but this is the first chance that I've gotten to actually open up one of them and take a look, and I think Lynx is going to be the highlight of the wave. Although all the figures actually seem really cool, she is the one that I have been most interested in to really check out. So looking at the package, Hasbro has started that initiative of less plastic for the packaging. So with that, we have a very small window box. You can kind of see the figure in there, but really can't, and that kind of sucks. So we've seen this happen with Transformers already, although with Transformers you can see more of the figure in the package. So it's kind of funky, kind of how this is all really going to work. I don't know how they're going to do Legends. It's going to be tough, especially when we can't rely on Hasbro's QC in terms of paint quality. So it's really going to suck. So it is interesting to see how it will go. Hopefully my Fortnite figures come out looking pretty good. But we shall see. But anyway, Fortnite Victory Royale Series is Hasbro has taken over the 6-inch license from Jazzwares. Jazzwares will continue to do the 3 3/4 inch or 4-inch scale, whatever those figures are. So the Legendary Series, or whatever Fortnite Jazzwares called it, that is discontinued. Now at this point, these will start showing up soon. I know my local Target actually has these in stock. They have not put them out because they don't have anywhere to put them out yet, so they're sitting in the back somewhere. But I did get my wave from Entertainment Earth. So we'll get right into it. We got the Epic Games logo, Hasbro logo. There's some kind of QR code there, probably showing that it's officially licensed by Fortnite, I assume. Here on this side, it's kind of angled out. It says includes, and then it looks like we have a pickaxe, a back bling, and one gun weapon. Looking at the back, and it's very light, by the way. Looking at the back of the package, it looks like we have that digital render of the figure, the accessories that she comes with, and that's it. The artwork wraps around. The artwork actually does look really cool. But yeah, there we go. So let's get this thing open. And one thing that I don't normally do is I don't normally open packaging on video, but I am going to do that today for you because I want to kind of see what to expect with how this packaging goes. So, alright, looks like I got some flaps here. We can open it from the side. Let's pull that out. A little accessory. So these accessories, I guess they sit inside there. Let me turn on the light. So here is how the figure comes. It sits in a bunch of cardboard holding it in place, and it looks like we got some plastic ties and bands to hold it there, and then the accessories are wrapped in paper. Like that's the strangest thing, and it's weird, I guess, in there, so it's not gonna flap around inside the package. So that is very, very different. See there, I'm gonna have to cut these, and these are a pain in the ass, but I'm gonna have to cut those to really get the figure out. Luckily I can hit scissors on this side to take a look, but looking at the accessories, we'll do that first. So here we have one single gun. It's done in black plastic, as you can see there, and we get a little bit of green paint there, and the green paint is done just okay, a little bit green there. I'm sure this is a gun from the game. I don't have no idea. You Fortnite aficionados, let me know down in the comments below what the name of this particular gun is. But there that is. Take a look at the pickaxe or the axe or whatever it is. It's all wrapped in paper. A little ASMR for you. But here is the axe. Ooh, this thing looks nice. So looking at the axe, this thing is pretty cool. Black plastic with a little of this gunmetal. It's like a metallic gunmetal color. That actually looks really damn good. Holy moly. That surprised me. Yeah, that looks really, really nice. Like that. Sculpted nicely. We get a little bit of paint there at the end as well. That is pretty good. It's not really straight. I don't know if that's because it's warped. But yeah, that looks pretty good. And then here we have the back bling. And as you can see there, we have a peg on the back. So you can port that right onto the back of the figure. And this thing is ugly. Look at that. One little eye. The eye is painted actually quite nicely. So that actually looks pretty good. So I don't know exactly what this particular back bling is, but it looks good. But there's the figure, so let me get some scissors and we're going to cut her out and take a look. Okay, and here is the Lynx figure out of the package. And this thing is really nice. We get pinless tech, so pinless elbows, pinless knees. She is a female figure, and we still get double jointed elbows. And the paint deco on mine is actually really good. It's an interesting design choice from the video game. But the deco on it, on the like the legs and then the arms, is really cool because it's got this triangle pattern throughout. That looks really good, and we get it kind of in the front of the face mask, and we'll get in for a closer look at that. But yeah, this thing looks pretty good. If we were to look at her next to some Marvel Legends figures in terms of scale, so here is the Captain Marvel figure that was my most recent review prior to this one. The only other comic female figure I have readily available was Sue Storm. So you could see it's a little bit smaller. So looks like these Fortnite figures are going to essentially run in scale with like movie figures, video game figures, which kind of makes sense, as opposed to like the comic figures, which tend to run a little bit larger, a little bit taller in scale. So as you can see, these two kind of line up quite nicely. Yeah, so here is Lynx. Let's get in for a closer look to take a look at the details, because this thing is pretty cool. Okay, so here's a closer look at Lynx. Looking at the front of that helmet face, we get a little bit of paint deco in there. It looks like a lot of black triangles, similar to the design of like here on the arm. But look how it goes and then fades into the gray. So the gradient there just looks really, really nice on both sides. Looks really good. Again, we get that in the ankles here as it fades as well. Here on the sides of the thighs, we get a little bit of design in there. Let me see if I could brighten this up so you can really see it, the whole thing. Yeah, that just really nice. You know, it's hard when you get black on black in terms of paint and the design. It kind of gets lost and you can't really see it, but that is really cool. If you can't tell, it looks like there's a fish, like a koi fish, and it looks to be the same on both sides. That is really nice. Looking here on the torso piece, there's a little bit of design there. It looks like some, you know, I don't know if it's like flowers or what it is, but a little bit on the gray and then a little bit on the black, the darker gray as well. Yeah, just all looks really good. Here's that back bling. And then that looks pretty good. While we're at it, let's take a look at this pickaxe, because this thing, man, I love the silver, the metallic silver on this. Just looks awesome. So that is a pretty cool looking axe. And then again, the gun, as you can see there. The tail is swivels. It's not bendy wire or anything like that, so you're not really going to be able to pose it around, but you could twist it and kind of move it around like so. And that's really all you could do it. The head, we get this little like ponytail type thing. A little bit of blue paint up there. But then for the rest of the figure, we have a couple of different colors. So we get a little bit of a lighter gray, a little bit of a darker gray, and then a lot of black. But it looks like we do have some paint in there. So like here, it looks like a gray, but you have like an airbrush type of effect as the black into the gray as it fades. You know, a little bit of that gradient. That looks really good. We get this darker gray color there throughout. But that just looks really good. I mean, and then the arms are super thin, but you know, we have double jointed elbows now since they're pinless. The hands look a little big, but I think that's also from the design. I kind of looked at that in the in some images of the design, so it looks like it makes sense. One weird thing though is we have, before I get into the articulation, the wrist, it's actually like the wrist itself has the articulation, like there's the vertical hinge, which is kind of crazy. So it's not like at the hand, and it doesn't, I don't know if the hands are going to be removable. So I kind of pulled on it and it's not really moving. There is a swivel at the hand, but the swivel is not the same. Like usually the hinge is in the hand and then you could swivel it around, but the hinge is in the arm. So that's, you know, a little bit of a change up. And it's kind of interesting, but yeah. Interesting video game design, but the action figure just translates into a pretty nice looking action figure for sure. So let's zoom out for the articulation. Okay, so Lynx, she can look all the way down. So look at that. That is pretty good. up, you can actually get her to look up quite a bit. And then if you notice, the neck kind of seems to be popping out a little bit, so that neck is on a separate piece. If I pop the head off, the head is on a dumbbell joint, so I actually remove the head and you have the ball peg in the head, and then it'll like port right back into the neck. But I think it's all kind of rubbery, but goes in there quite nicely. Swivel at the neck and the head, so you kind of work them both a little bit. You get some crazy pivot going on in that neck as well. This black armor piece there, similar to like Iron Man figures, it's going to move with the arm, so it's really not going to get in the way. You can get that arm to go out and up a little bit, full rotation in there. Of course, you have an upper bicep swivel in there, a double jointed elbow, which again is pinless, so you get that much bend at the elbow, so that is really good. Very, very thin arms, by the way. Again, the wrist swivels, but the hinge is there, vertical hinge, but the hinge is on the arm, so it's very, very strange. There is a butterfly joint, so you can get the arm to go back a little bit, coming forward not so much, so it's more mainly just going back, and it's only a little bit. We have an upper diaphragm joint, so she can pivot to her left that much, she can pivot to her right that much. She can go back that much. She can come forward very little. And then there's also a ball joint at the waist, so you can actually get pivot going both ways. So you can actually get crazy range of motion there. Going back in total, coming forward in total is still hardly anything. So even though we have that there, it's still not a lot. You get a swivel at that upper torso diaphragm joint, and then at that ball joint at the waist, you also get some swivel going on in there. But you could really see some ugly joints and stuff on how that looks. But oh, tail just popped out. Tail's on a ball peg, so the tail can come out. So put that tail back in there. Legs go out that far apart, so full on splits. She can kick forward that high, which is very good. Very long leg. Whoa! You can actually get the leg to go out, and damn, full rotation in there. So that's actually kind of crazy. We have an not really an upper thigh cut, but there is a thigh cut at the boot. So the boot goes all the way here, so you can actually swivel at that boot, so it's a little bit above the knee, and then you get a double jointed knee that is pinless, so you get that much bend there at the knee. No calf swivel or anything like that. Of course, foot hinges all the way down, hinges up quite a bit, peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and then ankle pivot. And you can see it's an interesting foot, and the foot's almost kind of rubbery, but I haven't had any issues getting her to stand. Usually with soft feet, there's always problems of getting to stand. But with her, it's really not an issue. It's a very light figure, so it's not a whole lot of weight that's going to cause it to like shift or move back or fall back or lean or anything like that. So that kind of has itself working for itself. But yeah, moves around quite nicely, just not, you know, crunching forward, and just is pretty lacking. So it's sad to see that, you know, with all the other lines, female figures, that tends to be what happens, and then continues on with Fortnite. Okay, so short and sweet review. This figure is pretty awesome, and I am impressed with what Hasbro has done so far. Hopefully these figures will do well, and it does not go the Overwatch route, which I think Overwatch at the time was a little too late to be doing the action figures. I worry that, is it too late for Fortnite? The popularity does not seem to be going down, but I also don't play, haven't really ever played, really sucked when I tried. My son was okay, my daughter used to like it. But the action figures are cool. So even if you don't know Fortnite, not familiar with it, don't play, don't like the game, these action figures are pretty cool. So far, with only one in, I'm pretty happy with what I see, and it scares me to the point that I might want to get all of them. I don't know. I do have all of Wave 1, so I have Ripley there in the back. I also have the Chaos Agent, which seems to be another really nice one there. And then I also have the Midas Rex, which this one is the one that I least care about. But they all look pretty good. So I'm getting very excited to open these figures. And then, you know, eventually I'll get the Upgrade Shark. I'll get those arcade boxes. I'll get the deluxe series, so the Shadow, Meow Souls, and then the Sky and Ollie, I think it is, and then there's an upcoming Amazon exclusive. Don't forget we have the G.I. Joe crossover Snake Eyes figure that'll be coming out at some point next year. So lots of good things. I'm probably getting sucked down the hole. You know, Hasbro figures I tend to really like. I have my fingers crossed that I'm able to get one of those Hasbro PulseCon boxes that has the deluxe Meowscles and Sky and Ollie 2-pack. That way I can add some more Fortnite figures and get to review those for you guys. Let me know down in the comments below. Would you like to see reviews for all these Fortnite figures? You guys let me know, please, and I will continue them if there is enough support in there. But you know, I think it's an awesome figure. I'm very happy with it. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Have you picked up this figure or any of the other Fortnite figures? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys liked this video, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thank you for watching.